Welcome to our 5 on 5. We're pleased to welcome back Oregon Secretary of State Kate Brown. Good to see you again.
Thank you. Delighted to be here.
Our pleasure. So what brings you down to Southern Oregon this time?
Well, I got an invitation from Senator Alan Bates to appear at the Ashland Rotary, so we're doing that over the noon hour. Going to be meeting with Ron Fox and Steve Vincent to talk about how we can help Oregon companies grow and thrive, and also meeting with some other folks in the business community.
Oh, very good. Okay, and it's fascinating to me what a wide area your office serves. I mean, obviously your elections, but so much more. Give our viewers a little bit of insight into what you do.
Well, I really appreciate that question because everywhere I go, people ask me, what does the Secretary of State do in Oregon? And my job description is pretty varied. I oversee a couple of what I call external divisions. I oversee Oregon's Archives Division. This publishes the Blue Book, which is Oregon's almanac, and tells you everything you need to know about Oregon. I also oversee our Auditing Division. What is unusual about this job is that I'm the only Secretary of State in the nation that has auditing. And the goal of auditing is to make sure that your taxpayer dollars are being spent well and effectively and efficiently. The third area I oversee is the Corporation Division, and this is the first place in Oregon that businesses come to get started. I'm sure we'll be talking about that more in a minute. And then lastly, the job that most people are familiar with is that I oversee Oregon's elections. I also serve as the Lieutenant Governor and sit on the State Land Board with the other two constitutional officers, the Treasurer and the Governor.
Very good. Okay. Well, I want to ask you about your Small Business Assistance Program. You alluded to it a moment ago. What exactly is that?
Sure. At the Corporation Division, we've worked really hard to make it as easy as possible for businesses to get started and grow and thrive in Oregon. We have a wonderful website. It's a one-stop shop called Business Express. Well, we worked with the legislature this last legislative session to create the Office of Small Business Assistance. Oregon is truly a state of small businesses, and we want to make sure they can grow and thrive. So we have a new small business advocate. Her name is Ruth Miles, and her job is to help businesses that run into state regulations and make sure that they can get going and thrive in Oregon.
Very good. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Much more in a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back to our 5 on 5. Again, we're here with Oregon Secretary of State Kate Brown. So 2014, a big year in Oregon elections. What's the big one on the ballot as you see it?
Well, there are a number of candidates, important races up. One of the more important races in my mind is for our U.S. Senate. That will be a hotly contested race. The other ballot that I really encourage people to look at is the governor's race. So very hotly contested races for very important statewide positions. And then it is turning out to be a very active year for the initiative process.
Okay, and something we see a lot of, certainly with what's going on in Utah, is gay marriage. Is that something we're going to see on a ballot in Oregon this year?
Well, it is going to be, I'm sure, one of the most active initiative election cycles we've ever seen. I anticipate that Oregon voters will see a marriage equality measure. I anticipate there will be a marijuana legalization measure or two. And then other than that, like I've said, folks are gathering signatures far and wide, and it's going to be, there's a lot happening. What I want to make sure is that all Oregonians that are eligible get registered to vote. If you have a driver's license or a state ID card, you can use our online system available at the Secretary of State's website. So we really encourage folks to use the online system. But if you need a paper registration, it's available at your county elections office. Chris Walker is there. Or you go to your local library and fill out the paper registration form. Really want to encourage Oregonians to get registered and vote.
Absolutely. Use that voice that you have, right?
Exactly.
Very good. It's good to see you again. Thank you for coming by.
Thank you.
All right, stay with us. We'll be right back.